Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spicer Field on the campus of Tufts University for Game 4 of the Medford NCAA Division III Softball Regional. I am Jordan Burke, joined alongside by Ariel Weinstein. You might recognize us from yesterday's Game 2 series between the University of Rochester and St. John Fisher. Today, St. John Fisher still on the docket for us, but they will be facing off against the Western New England Golden Bears. The Golden Bears fell at the hands of the Jumbos yesterday in Game 1. Now we'll play against St. John Fisher for a chance to have that rematch battle against Tufts in the game following this one. We throw the bracket on screen just to give you guys a visual aspect of what it's going to look like. Game 1, Game 2 happened yesterday with Tufts and University of Rochester coming out on top. Those two teams played in Game 1 earlier today, where the Yellow Jackets were victorious. They're off for the rest of the day. We'll see them tomorrow as they await to find out who they will be playing a, technically speaking, best of a series against, who knows. They do have that double jeopardy life remaining, and the winner of Game 4 here, again, will be facing off against Tufts following this Game 4. Ariel, what do we got in store for this matchup?
Yeah, so both these teams came in and were able to show some offense in their first games. Neither team was held to no runs, so possibly looking to see some run scoring here with pitchers who, one pitcher for Western New England who did pitch yesterday, Ava Blanchard, is starting for the Golden Bears today. So we'll see if St. John Fisher can put up some good offense against her possibly tired arm.
Very well said there, Rel. Western New England put up 4 runs, which was more than the Cardinals managed to put up against the Yellow Jackets yesterday. So their bats have been a bit more lively. And, of course, after yesterday's tumble, Maddie Rose out of the lineup for the Cardinals. However, in her place is Tori Lepresto, who came in yesterday, recorded a hit and some solid defense as well. So they're not going to shake the loss too bad. They do have some solid depth behind in the infield to follow suit. And they'll be going with one of their fresher arms in Cassidy Ormond. Did not pitch yesterday. We saw her warming up but didn't come into the game. So she's fresh, hasn't thrown anything. While on the other hand, you do have Blanchard, who did pitch a complete game yesterday. So she will have to put in a little bit more work. Keep the arm pumping, keep everything going in there while the Golden Bears look to move forward. Lineups continuing to be announced as they go through the entire roster to acknowledge all of the players who have accomplished so much in this 2024 season. The Golden Bears coming out on top, winning the Commonwealth Coast Championship in a series against Roger Williams. And on the other side, St. John Fisher, who won the Empire 8 after a very long road to the championship as well. They played 5 different games to claim that title. So can't undersell just how important of an impact every player on the roster has. We are done with the Golden Bears now, so the Cardinals will be named. No anthem this time around, so we should just jump right into play once we get there. The Cardinals will be the acting home team today in this game.
Yeah, and just going back to that pitching for the Cardinals, Cassidy Ormond has the best earned run average in that Empire 8 conference at a 1.73. She's thrown 12 complete games across the season and holds a 17-2 record. And like we said, her arm is going to be pretty fresh today, having pitched in the last time out in the championship game of that conference championship, or the first game of that conference championship final 2 games. So she should be raring to go, and St. John will probably be looking to get a lot of innings out of her today so that in the case that they do come out victorious, Evanetsky can go against the Jumbos in Game 5.
Yeah, for the Cardinals, we saw Evanetsky and Kuhn yesterday. Ormond did not pitch. She will be in for Game 1. That leaves one other Cardinal on the roster who has pitched this season in Cece Holmes. She came into pinch hit yesterday. But if some struggles start to pour in for the Cardinals, if it's a continue to be a close game but high scoring, high offensive production from these teams, they're going to be in an interesting situation when it comes to the depth that their bullpen can go if they need to play another game today. Of course, the Golden Bears have only used one of their 5 played pitchers this season, and they're sticking with that same one for this game. Perhaps a somewhat more effective strategy when you consider the long haul. Of course, you know, it's a do-or-die game right now. You need to win in order to move forward. So you are in a real situation where you can kind of weigh the merits of both. Are you trying to play just to win this game? Are you trying to play for the long haul and for the matchup against Tufts in the following game? And it seems like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum here. St. John Fisher is trying to win this game and not caring about depth, how you move forward if you need to play again. And about 30 minutes after this game will conclude, while the Golden Bears are saying, we have faith in Blanchard, we have faith in her to go out, pull out a solid outing, even if, you know, she does have to deal with some soreness and tiredness from having pitched yesterday as well. But we trust her to get us to the next game, and we have trust in the bullpen that follows suit to give us a good matchup against Tufts if we get there.
Yeah, and Blanchard only threw 67 pitches yesterday in 4 innings, so she shouldn't be too tired. I think that the strategy for Western New England might just be to get her through 2 to 3 innings and then bring in a relief pitcher. But you're right, Jordan. I think the strategy here has got to be, it's an elimination game. You've got to win to move on, and then you worry about that next game when it comes to it, or maybe later in the game.
Cardinals take their infield, and assuming they work at the same pace they did yesterday for their infield, we should be about 30 seconds away from getting this one underway. Of course, no longer having to race against the clock, so
a little bit different circumstances today.
Things might be a little slower paced, and you know, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's a nice day outside. The weather's great. Graduation weekend here in Medford. Wouldn't be too terrible to have things a little slower paced, more relaxed.
Yeah, yesterday night's game lasted just over an hour and a half, squeezing in under that sunset limit. And the earlier Game 3 of this NCAA regional here lasted about an hour 45. So we've seen some pretty quick games in this tournament thus far.
We're about to get underway. The Golden Bears will send out Taylor Keegan to lead things off in game number 4 of the Medford Regional. Keegan entered the tournament hitting .301 with a .346 slugging percentage, so just marginally higher, with 5 extra base hits to her name. 26 runs scored, almost the lead on her team. Does have 9 stolen bases, though, so expect some speed, expect some solid on-base percentage to play through here for Keegan.
Yeah, Taylor Keegan also made a stellar defensive play in center field in yesterday's game, making a diving catch to rob the Jumbos of a hit. So she is in there for her speed as well defensively.
1-1 from Ormond. Taken below the knees, ball 2. Defensively for the Cardinals, of course, you have that Lepresto change for Rose, but also a new face out in right field. It's Alyssa Dawson. Came into pinch run in yesterday's game, now gets the start. Keegan will hit one into right field to lead off single. The Golden Bears, who went 3 innings without a hit against Sophia DeCoco and the Jumbos yesterday, get on the board early.
Yeah, it's a really good piece of hitting, just taking that inside pitch and waiting on it and taking it the other way over the second basewoman's head into right field. And now you've got speed on first base if you're the Golden Bears.
Keegan with 10 attempted stolen bases, 9 of which successful. And the Cardinals are not too great at throwing out runners. 30 stolen base attempts against them, 26 of them successful. Looking at a 78% success rate.
Did you just do that in your head?
It's just essentially times 3. Keegan could have gone in standing. Mentioned the stolen base, and there it is.
Yeah, really great jump over there by Keegan. And generally in Division III softball, when somebody makes a break for second base, if they get a good enough jump, it's going to be tough for the catcher to throw them out. So Keegan now in scoring position.
That bunt is up in the air, caught behind the plate by Spitz. Hemstock just not able to get on top of that one. Too far under. That's a critical mistake there. Would have had a runner on the third for your best player in Carano. Carano, the lone Golden Bear with an OPS north of 1,000. And Ormond's pitching her carefully, sticking to that outside part of the plate, ball 1.
Yeah, Carano has 12 of the team's 23 home runs and led the conference. So she is a slugger.
Check swing, home plate umpire says went around, strike 1. Carano leading the team with 36 RBIs. No other Golden Bear has hit 20. Stays out in front of that one, lines it foul.
Yeah, just a little bit early on that off-speed pitch, but was able to sort of sit back. Not quite able to angle it fair. Now she's in a 1-2 hole.
1-2 from Ormond. Goes inside, comes up empty, ball 2.
That's a good pitch there by Ormond. You're hoping to get a swing and just kind of find the hole in the batter's swing on the inside part of the plate. But Carano doing a good job laying off of it.
2-2, Spitz going outside. This one's out into right field. Dawson running over, makes the catch while falling down. And that's out number 2. Keegan will it advance, but now the muffed bunt has just become all the worse. If that runner was on the third, Dawson having to fall to the ground to reel that one in. Run probably comes home.
Yeah, it's a really good play out there by Dawson. She got a good jump on that ball, and it just hung up long enough for her to be able to make the catch.
Cleanup spot, it's Lizzie Weston. Weston underneath that 200 batting average, looking to bring it up in a crucial spot with the runner in scoring position.
Yeah, she's been struggling as of late. She only has 2 hits in the last 8 games that she's played. So looking to get on the right side of things today.
0-1 goes down to get it, fouls it into the dirt.
Not the greatest swing choice there. That pitch was definitely low.
Ormond, definitely a hybrid picture. Not too high in the strikeout numbers, but definitely can record them where needed. 109 on the season. Looking for 110. Not going to get it there.
And I agree with that pitch selection. Just put one there on the outside corner, see if you can get a swing. You're ahead in the count, so you can afford to throw one away even if you miss off the plate.
1-2 to Weston. Trying to go back inside. Ormond comes up empty. Solid location towards that outside part of the plate to right-handed hitters, but yet to establish the inside edge. Count even at 2s. Swing and a miss from Weston. Keegan gets stranded at third. Ormond works around the base runner and prevents any early runs being scored.
Western New England in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit. They leave a runner. Moving to the bottom of the inning, due up.
Bottom of the first, Maddie Dunlin to start things off for the Cardinals. Was in the 2 spot yesterday, but now that the lineup has changed a bit, Dunlin has been bumped up in the order into a lead-off position.
Yeah, she went 0 for 4 yesterday against Rochester, but she has been a solid piece of the offense for this team, hitting .430 coming into the NCAA tournament.
First look at a left-handed hitter in this matchup. Blanchard works outside. Ball 1. Looking to set up inside. That one a little too close for comfort, but taken anyway. Ball 2. Blanchard trying to field where the strike zone lies for this umpire. Saw things were a bit shaky in that first game across both sides of the ball. New home plate official for this game, so got to establish the line. What is, what isn't a strike? Every official has a different zone.
Yeah, and Blanchard here just wanting to at least get 1 strike. There it is.
Blanchard's found the outside edge. One side of the zone established. (3-1). Pitch to Dunlin. Taken. Strike 2.
Those are 2 good pitches on the outside corner there. You don't really want to give anything down the middle, even though you know you have to throw a strike in that situation. Able to work the outside corner.
Payoff pitch from Blanchard. Fouled off. Over the fence into the yard of the house next door. Free souvenir from today's game.
I think these houses nearby are pretty used to it.
Full count again. Pitch to Dunlin. This one will be in play. Carano over at third will bring that one in, out number 1.
Yeah, that's a great job by Blanchard, able to battle back from down 3-0 and just put a couple of pitches in the zone and eventually get Donlin to foul one off. That's playable for Carano.
This will bring up the second baseman, Tori Lopresto. After her base hit yesterday, is now hitting above 300 on the season, while still trying to chase down that qualified batter number, getting her 4th start of the year in this NCAA tournament game. 1-0 from Blanchard. Swing and a miss.
It's a good off-speed pitch there. Just tailing away in the zone. Lopresto swinging over it. And you got to think, if you're Lopresto and you get the opportunity to come into a tournament and get a start, you got to stay ready.
Blanchard will skip in the 1-1.
She was definitely able to come in yesterday and make some solid defensive plays and get a hit. So we'll see what she can do with the opportunity to start today.
We're getting some deep at-bats here. Full count on the first one, 2-1 here. Lopresto drives this one out into left field, but an easy play to be made out there. That's the left fielder, Callie Blades, bringing that one in.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 17, Taylor Shackleton.
So bring up Shackleton. Shackleton chasing after a 400 batting average season. Looking to break the hits in for the Cardinals. They poured in 11 hits yesterday, but sadly stranded too many base runners to come out on top in the matchup against the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets. 1-0. Inside, ball 2.
Yeah, the story of yesterday was just that hitting at inopportune times. They left 8 runners stranded on base at the end of yesterday's game. And especially when you know you're getting to the pitcher with 11 hits.
2-0 hit softly enough for a play to be made at second. Solid job playing behind the pitcher by Marley Rodriguez, and that's out number 3. Score kept at 0 as we're through 1 here in Medford.
For Western New England is the shortstop, Alex Ferriolo.
Alex Ferriolo, the shortstop, starting things here in the second up against Ormond.
Yeah, Ferriolo had some good at-bats yesterday against Tufts, was able to work a lot of foul balls off of Sophia DeCoco, and also able to pick up a hit in the process.
Ormond struggling with that lower third of the zone. That's third pitch of the afternoon that she has skipped in to the plate. But that outside edge and working elevated has worked pretty well as she finds strike number 1. This one hit softly back to Ormond. She'll bring that in. First out of the second. In the scorebook, probably call that an L1.
I was going to say,
It's close enough for a line out. I wouldn't say you got under enough for it to be P1.
Yeah.
Definitely can't call it 1U because there's no grounder. It's a very interesting L1 in the scorecard. Ormond issuing strike 1 to Madison Mason. Mason doing the work behind the dish today for the Golden Bears. Down 0-1, and the count will even. That pitch will be on the outside, strike 2.
Mason,
Ormond's
somebody
doing
else who's kind of been struggling at the plate as of late. She has 2 hits in her last 6 games and was over 3 yesterday.
1-2. Ormond goes high, gets her swinging. Second strikeout of the day for the Cardinals. Ormond's doing a very nice job here in terms of battling back in the count. Saw a couple of times now where there's been some 2-ball, 1-ball counts where those have been the first pitches issued, but strikeouts to go with it, battling back to get to 2 strike counts. We'll see if she can continue that trend here. She faces off against Marley Rodriguez. Rodriguez has played and started in all 42 now games that Western New England has played.
Yeah, and she had a couple of solid hits yesterday against Tufts, 2 singles. Somebody they can rely on to get on base.
This one will be grounded foul. The backhanded stop from Cornover at third. A little futile. Still flashy nonetheless. 2-1. To the second basewoman for Western New England. This one grounded sharply past Cornover. It'll be a base hit. Rodriguez keeps the hit streak going, continuing to perform in the NCAA tournament.
That's a really good piece of hitting, just staying back on that pitch and driving it into left field. 2-out base hit for Rodriguez.
And this is kind of what has happened to Ormond throughout this playoffs. She gives up a couple of hits, usually around 1, maybe 2 an inning throughout the playoffs, but the runs just do not come home. Those base runners get on, but they are left there.
Yeah, that speaks to, the ability to battle back, but also the ability of the St. John Fisher defense to limit the damage when runners are on.
Right fielder McDaniel will ground one to Cornover. She'll make the play in fair territory, but the ball bounced foul initially, so it's a dead ball. It'll just be a strike on the count against McDaniel instead of out number 3.
Yeah, Cornover kind of pounced on that ground ball, hoping that it was going to stay fair so she could make the play. Throw was for sure in time, but it had bounced foul first.
1-1 from Ormond, swing and a miss. And she's elevating that pitch. No one can touch it.
And And that pitch is so hard to lay off of because it looks like it's coming in belt high and you're ready to drive it, and then at the last second it just rises to shoulder height. You swing under it.
Daniel looking to continue this inning. Gets under this one. It's in the infield. Cornover calling off Ormond in the circle, and that'll be out number 3. Another base runner put on by the Golden Bears, and another base runner stranded. Blanchard back out in the circle for the bottom of the second.
Western New England in the
Bottom of the second, and it's the heart of the order due up for the Cardinals. It's McManus to start things off, Spitz behind her, and then DiMartino after that. This is the fearful power hitting part of the Cardinals lineup. McManus, of course, 12 home runs, an OPS of 1,370 entering the tournament.
Yeah, and as just a first year, she's done an amazing job of becoming a key part of this offense for this Cardinals team, putting them on her back throughout the season.
An .841 slugging percentage, contributing to that 1.3, almost 1.4 OPS. 10 doubles, 12 home runs, 39 RBIs to lead the team. She gets on one. Good things are bound to happen. And as such, Blanchard is pitching to her carefully. It's 3-0 in the count now.
Yeah, we've seen Ava Blanchard struggle a little bit early in these counts. McManus is somebody you definitely want to be careful with.
Delivers a good 3-0 pitch. Good enough that McManus, who's granted the green light, comes up empty on it. 3-1. Move to throw away the bat by McManus, but home plate umpire says, no, ma'am. Count's running full on you.
Yeah, it's a good pitch on the outside corner. Looks like it might have just caught the black of home plate. I guess there's no black on this home plate.
Payoff pitch. This one hit in the air, deep right field. McDaniel going back, not going to find it because it's over the wall. Home run number 13 for McManus. And the Cardinals will take a 1-0 lead.
So great job by McManus, just taking another outside pitch and going the other way with it, putting it over that right field fence. McDaniel out there had no shot to catch it. And the Cardinals will take a 1-0 lead.
When you consider the amount of home runs and doubles the Cardinals' first year has put up this season, it's not a surprise to see that Blanchard was pitching to her carefully, but once behind 3-0, you don't really have that room to pitch carefully anymore. You need to put some strikes in there. You need to make McManus put a ball in play. You don't want to allow base runners, but mistake of a pitch, giving too much of the plate on that one. McManus the other way. 1-0 to the Cardinals. Now it's the Empire 8 playoff MVP Spitz on the plate. Cardinal catcher having a very solid year herself as well. 35 RBIs, good enough for second on the team. Spitz has been raking in the extra base hits in the playoffs. Looking to follow up the home run from McManus. 2-0. Thought about it. Ends up taking ball 3. Back-to-back 3-0 counts issued by Blanchard.
Yeah, and Spitz had 2 hits yesterday against Rochester in a 2-for-4 performance, so she's looking to continue that.
3-0 Spitz takes. Not giving the same lack of a leash that McManus was to swing 3-0. Blanchard in back-to-back 3-0 counts issues strikes 3-1. Takes strike 2. Spitz not comfortable with that called groan of oh my god after the call came in, but Blanchard back-to-back at-bats where she's gone down 3-0 and worked the count full. Result of the last one, of course, the home run. We'll see what happens here. She delivers the pitch. Flare out. Rodriguez makes the grab at second. Caught it out of the air and just for the heck of it flips it over to first to try and get the out to count twice, but counts once.
Yeah, it looked like she just wanted to make sure that that ball hadn't hit the ground, but she was able to come in quickly on that soft line drive.
They'll bring up the shortstop, Amalia DiMartino, who, despite what we have seen from some of the other shortstops today, especially in Josie Steinberg and Molly Mason, DiMartino might just have had the best highlight reel of any of them when you consider everything she had done in yesterday's game. Some sharp snags on liners, the dive to second base to record an out. The defense is there. Now she's trying to match that offense with the caliber of defense she's been providing. 0-2 after the foul.
Yeah, and we've seen her show up offensively. She's got 12 doubles on the season, which is tied for 5th in that Empire 8 conference.
Blanchard ahead in the count for the first time this inning. Looking to find her put away pitch. 1-2. Fouled. Blanchard getting the pitch call from the coaching staff. The 1-2. Looking to go inside. That one hit up the middle. That'll be a base hit for DiMartino.
Yeah, a solid piece of hitting there from DiMartino. Weighted back on that pitch. It was about belt high, and she's able to drive it back up the middle.
Rodriguez at second is playing just a hint closer to the first base side than we've seen from some of the other teams in this regional. That distance just enough that she could not attempt to make a play on the base hit from DiMartino. Cornover now. First pitch swinging. This one will go over the bullpen of the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and generally what you see in softball is that you trust that your pitcher is going to defensively cover that center of the infield. But if a ball's hit hard enough, the pitcher's really got no shot.
Cornover takes the 0-1 high, ball 1. Defensively, that pitcher, of course, as you say, Rel, responsible for balls that kind of zoom through the circle, to at least to try and make an attempt at it. But DiMartino's bat speed is just too much to handle. 1-1, fouled back. Wind blowing in from straightaway center field as the 1-2 does not find the zone. Count now even at 2s to the Cardinal third basewoman. Two-two pitch. This one hit deep right center field. Going back is Keegan. She'll make the catch in deep right center, almost back against the wall. And it's a long fly ball for out number 2.
That was a really good play by Keegan out there in center field, able to track that all the way back to the warning track. We've seen her make some good plays defensively in this tournament and staying strong out there in center field.
The up-the-middle defense from all 4 teams that have played in the Medford Regional has just been impeccable, from center fielders to second basewomen, shortstops especially. It's been a defensive masterclass across the board. Emma McLaughlin now into bat, the DP, batting in the 8th spot for the Cardinals. 0-1 to her with a runner on first. Takes called strike 2.
Yeah, she struggled a little bit yesterday, went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and then was pinch hit for in the 3rd at bat of the game against the Jumbos. Excuse me, not against the Jumbos, against Rochester.
2 strikeouts in the tournament. Blanchard primed to deliver number 3, but will not find the zone there. McLaughlin had a pretty solid Empire 8 tournament, but has not gotten underway here. She fouls one back into the face mask. Got up quick. She looks okay.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that she's got that face mask on the helmet. You don't see everybody with one of those. It's a personal decision whether you want to have one or not, but that probably saved at least a bloody lip.
Some applause offered by the crowd, laughs by the officials. McLaughlin's all right.
It's a laughs by McLaughlin, too. It's a good sign.
1-2. Well outside from Blanchard. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. McLaughlin chasing her first NCAA hit. Blanchard too low, and the count is now full. DiMartino at first will be in motion on the pitch. Payoff pitch from Blanchard. Low ball 4. It's a walk issue to McLaughlin after falling behind 0-2. And
yeah, it's a good job working the count from McLaughlin there.
Runner in scoring position now as Alyssa Dawson gets her first at-bat of the regional. Another left-handed bat sent up by the Cardinals. They've used the most left-handed bats in the tournament. And have been the only team to show that their left-handed hitters are indeed slap hitters. We'll see what Dawson has to offer. She is a slap hitter, takes a big swing, comes up empty.
You can see Carano over there at third base is pulled in. Prepared if Dawson is a slap hitter to be able to field anything that's hit the opposite way, which you do see from slap hitters.
0-1 taken, the count will even. Carano playing close at third has resulted in some interesting defensive alignments here. The shortstop needing to cover third base, also allowing DiMartino to take a bigger run after pitch. It's third pitch of the at-bat, third pop-up from the catcher Mason to make sure that DiMartino can't take off at second. Dawson will take strike 2.
It's a good pitch by Blanchard, putting it on the outside corner of the plate, and also a good job by the catcher Madison Mason to be able to frame that.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Dawson. A pair gets stranded by the Cardinals, but not after McManus delivers the long ball to put SJF up 1-0 as we're through 2 on Spicer. Ormond and the Cardinals working with a lead for the first time in the tournament.
The left fielder, number 20, Kaylee Blades.
It'll be the left fielder Blades getting things started for the Golden Bears. Blades in that 9 spot, meaning they're about to bat around to Keegan, who got things started with the first hit on the board in the first. Blades takes high and inside, ball 1.
Yeah, Blades went 1 for 2 against Tufts in game 1 yesterday. We've been talking about sort of the second leadoff hitter.
This ball trailing into foul territory. Dawson not able to run it down. The wind giving an assist to Blades there, moving it out of play.
Yeah, you can see that the flag is blowing hard to right field. So that ball was just tailing away from Dawson out there. And the added obstacle of the bullpen fence in foul ground.
Blades in that Commonwealth Coast finale against Roger Williams had a home run to assist Western New England in their championship campaign. Looking to bring that same amount of power here to the regional. 2-1. Under this one, this ball might stay in play, but it'll get another assist from the wind and push on top of that Golden Bear dugout. 2-2.
Yeah, just a little bit behind some of these pitches from Ormond. But staying alive in this at-bat.
2-2 will go low. Full count. First of the afternoon issued by Ormond. There have been plenty on the other side of the ball to her teammates. We'll see what kind of success she fares as the payoff pitch comes through. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts on the afternoon for Cassidy Ormond. Pushing her over that 110 mark now at 112. She's chasing after her teammate Evanetsky. Back at the top of the order, Keegan, base hit back in the first. Take outside, ball 1.
Ormond kind of proving what a rested arm will do. We've seen her have some pretty good control over her pitches and some acrobatics by the first base coach of the Golden Bears over there down the line to get out of the way of that foul ball.
You know, you're wearing the shades, you're feeling like Neo. It's a true Matrix moment down on the first baseline. One pitch. Will hit off of the knee of Keegan. She's on base for the second time this afternoon. Saw Keegan steal second back in the first inning. 1 out. The potential to do so again.
Now batting for the Golden Bears, number 8, Gracie Hemstock.
Hemstock now the batter. Hemstock had that failed bunt attempt in the first that did not advance Keegan to third after she had stolen second. The corner's pinched in, prepared for the exact same play. Hemstock shows bunt. Will not make contact, but the pitch was in the zone regardless.
Yeah, Spitz behind the plate, ready to pounce, as are the first and third base women.
0-1. Will she bunt again? She's showing. Nothing to be done there. Keegan advances to second. She was running regardless to try and steal. The pitch went to the backstop. McManus from left field covering third just in case.
That's a long run out from left field to be able to cover, but you got to back up your fielders.
Now 1-1. Exact same situation where Hemstock bunted into an out. She'll be swinging here. That pitch fouled at the plate. Should be strike 2. Now 2 strikes. No shot. Hemstock bunts.
You never know.
Not impossible. Just very unlikely. 1-2. High and inside. Hemstock gets on base. That'll bring up Carano. Ormond chasing strikeout number 4. Her pitch. And the count run full.
It's a good pitch there by Ormond. Another rise pitch with some velocity.
Those 2 strike counts where there's 2 balls or less. Trying to throw competitive pitches, not in the zone. See if you can get a bite. Full count. Swing and a miss. Hemstock thought about holding up. Goes in the end, and it's another strikeout for Cassidy Ormond. 2 outs now as Carano comes into bat. First pitch to the power hitting third baseman will be outside, ball 1.
Carano in her last at bat flew out to right field in a great play by the Cardinals right fielder Alyssa Dawson.
Again, pitching carefully to Carano, trying not to give anything in the zone. 2-0. Soft grounder. Trying to jump over it was Keegan. Ends up jumping into the ball. And that'll be the 3rd out off of interference. Carano has been stymied so far by Ormond and the Cardinals. Their 1-0 lead preserved through 3. The Golden Bears poised to strike in the top of the 3rd, but the score remains the same. Blanchard back-to-back outings having to work from behind, and the Cardinals start the 3rd where they started the 1st. Maddie Dunlin up at bat. Blanchard locating on the outside, strike 1. High and up, ball 1. Dunlin, a left-handed hitter, but not a slap hitter. Gets under this one, fouled just over the netting. Now Blanchard looking for the strikeout. Outside, ball 2. Blanchard trying to throw some swing and miss pitches, but struggling to locate against the lefty. Another foul back.
Donlin doing a good job protecting the plate. We saw her work the count full in her first at bat. Now in a 2-2 count and fouling some pitches back.
Quality ABs across the board from Dunlin in the NCAA tournament. Comes up empty, off speed. Gonna retire that Cardinal via the K. Second of the afternoon for Ava Blanchard.
Now batting number 14, Tori Lepresto.
Lepresto now up to bat, flew out to left field. Blades reeling in that one in her first at-bat. Looking for her second hit, this one up the middle, over the glove of Blanchard. It's a base hit for Tori Lepresto.
Yeah, good job on the first pitch she sees in that at-bat, taking a low pitch and lifting it over the head of Blanchard in the circle. And Lepresto has 2 hits in 2 games.
Not the go-to starting second basewoman, but in the playing time she's received, she is performing. Runner on now for Taylor Shackleton. Swings first pitch, first bounce fair, second bounce foul, so it's foul ball. Shackleton trying to pull one past Carano at third. One bounced, knocked down by the catcher. The catcher, Mason.
Carano there at third base is playing a little bit inward, as is Hemstock at first.
Big swing, big miss from Shackleton. Blanchard's ahead 1-2. Corner infielders trying to take away both of the foul lines. Shackleton hits this one into the gap. Shortstop Ferriolo going to make the play at first in time for out number 2. Off of the back foot, trying to make a strong throw, and she will.
Yeah, that was a really good job over there by Ferriolo. You think she might have tried to backhand that, but she was able to shuffle her feet well enough to get in front of it. And then you're set up better to make that strong throw across the diamond and nail the runner.
2 outs and a runner on second, and it's McManus up to bat. Had a home run her last time up. We'll see how Blanchard chooses to change her approach now. Before it was pitching around her carefully, now it's coming out with attacks. First pitch in for strike 1.
Yeah, good off-speed pitch there, catching the inside corner, and also catching McManus a little off guard.
The 0-1's bounce, but Mason doing a great job behind the dish, keeping balls in front of her. The outfield playing especially deep against McManus. Blades being signaled to shy over more to her left.
Yeah, you got to think that maybe because the wind is blowing so hard out towards right field that anything hit in the air in the outfield is going to shade to the right.
2-1 to the Cardinal left fielder. Blanchard will not locate. 3-1. Continuing to see the batters on base for the Cardinals taking extended leads, and Mason having to pop up every now and then just to make sure that those runners know they can't move. 3-1. Second at bat where McManus thought she walked, but a called strike 2 has kept the bat in her hands before she could toss it. Full count again to McManus.
Yeah, but in softball, you got to have a short memory. Just wait for the next pitch.
3-2, McManus tosses the bat this time, but will get punched out. Second strikeout of the inning for Blanchard. She gets the best of McManus in the second battle, strands a runner in scoring position. 1-0 now. Still remaining as the score. Top of the fourth about to come underway. The Golden Bears quickly moving through this game, but The more we move, the more urgent it becomes to get some base runners on to bring in some runs before their NCAA tournament berth ends. DP Lizzie Weston starting things in the fourth. Weston, again, not having the best year offensively, but with tournament lives on the line, looking to record her first hit in the series. 1-0. Low and outside, ball 2. Weston struck out swinging in her last at-bat. Goes down to grab that one. DiMartino at short, having to make the throw. Will get it in time to Shackleton at first. And the shortstops, again, continue to perform defensively.
Yeah, we saw a very similar play get made in the third inning, just a half inning ago, by her counterpart in the shortstop of Alex Ferriolo. But a good strong throw across the diamond by DiMartino.
Ferriolo now the batter. Gets that one off the knuckles past the glove of DiMartino. And it's another base runner for the Golden Bears. 4 hits across 4 innings, but all those runners have been left stranded. Looking to change things for them now, the catcher Madison Mason. Mason second on the team with home runs with 5. First in doubles with 11. Mason with a late swing there, not going to put that one in play. 0-1.
It's a good job by Orman just establishing that velocity early, and now you're able to work with your off-speed pitches and throw the batter off balance.
Now looking to bunt. That one will be fair. It's Cornover at third who makes the play to retire Mason, but now runner in scoring position for the hottest hitter on this Golden Bears lineup in Marley Rodriguez. Action also over in the WNE bullpen. Riley Kane is starting to throw.
Number 24, Marley Rodriguez.
Rodriguez with a base hit in her last at-bat. Base hit here likely scores the runner Ferriolo at second. And with that in mind, Osmond choosing to deal in the lower third of the strike zone, try and generate some infield flies. 1-0. Dropped by Spitz. Spitz with a solid throw to third, but the tag by Cornover not in time. Risky base running pays off for the Golden Bears. Ferriolo safe at third.
And she got a pretty good jump, but it looked like the throw beat her there. And Ferriolo just sliding into the back half of the bag, able to avoid the tag from Cornover.
Ormond continuing to pitch carefully to Rodriguez. 3-0. We'll see if she has the red light. Changing up the phrase. Usually it's green light, but we'll see if she's told to take. She was. 3-1.
Yeah, it's kind of the default on the 3-0. Unless you're specifically given the green light, I think you got to assume it's a red light.
3-1 tying run. Just a couple feet away at third base. And Rodriguez is walked. That'll bring up Shay McDaniel. Force out now, a play to be made at second, so avenues to get out of this sticky situation for the Cardinals have grown. However, more base runners. Ground ball off of Ormond. LaPresto needs to make the play at first. She won't, and the run comes home. The ball runs up the arm of Cassidy Ormond, and Tori LaPresto just beaten to the bag. And the game ties itself up at 1 with more damage looming on the bags for Western New England. Callie Blades, the left fielder, up to bat. 1-0 to her. Blades had a home run in the series against Roger Williams. Looking to extend the lead that the Golden Bears have built. 2 pitches offered from Ormond have both been balls. Pitch taken, called strike. Two-one pitch from Blades. Takes the off-speed, ball 3.
It's a good pitch there from Ormond, just dipping low out of the strike zone.
That's in for strike. Blades looking to get walked. Wasn't quite prepared for a strike to be issued. Kane tossing harder in the bullpen. Keegan in the on-deck circle giving some advice to her fellow outfielder. Payoff pitch coming in from Ormond. That's high. That's a ball. The walk issued by Ormond loads the bases for Keegan. Mound visit now for the Cardinals. Can't quite see into their bullpen to see if another pitcher is being warmed up. But with 2 outs, it's all the more likely that this is just an investigation into how do we approach Taylor Keegan.
She's gotten on base both times that she has come up to the plate. Once on a single and once on a hit by pitch.
Keegan, not the best in RBI situations, only 13 on the year, but with the bases loaded, looking to explode this one open for Western New England.
The center fielder, number 5,
Bopping her head along to her walk-up song of I'm Just Ken. And now she'll face Ormond for the 3rd time. Takes first pitch strike. The off speed just dropping in at the end, getting Keegan to freeze. Oh, 1. Spit setting up outside. Keegan takes, count even, 1-1.
The Golden Bears are doing a good job of waiting on their pitches forcing Ormond to work.
Seemingly looking as if Keegan got hit by that pitch based off the way she scurried out of the box, but that looked like Spitz just scooped it up and Keegan was trying to steal a run. Ormond trying to deal exclusively outside. Hard hit right at LaPresto. She'll catch that. 1 run comes home for Western New England, but 3 are left on the bases. Count. I don't know why I'm saying count. It's a run game. Runs tied up at 1. And now the Cardinals will have to try and work to get their lead back in the bottom of the 4th.
Top of the 4th, 1 run, 2 hits. And leave them loaded.
Bottom of the 4th, the game is now tied. The Cardinal lead that was established in the 2nd has vanished 2 innings later. Blanchard still on the mound for the Golden Bears. Kane still tossing in the bullpen as Spitz drives this one into right center field. This one will go back towards the wall. Cut off, however, by Keegan in center, and a strong throw in will keep Spitz at first.
That's a really good job out there by Keegan in center field. We've seen her be solid out there defensively, like we've mentioned before, and she was able to cut that off. It was a hard hit ball by Spitz, but wisely staying put at first.
Spitz, not the best base runner to try and contest the arm from Keegan. It was a heck of a throw as she managed to round around that ball. Looking to lay down a bunt is DiMartino. This one will go back to the pitcher Blanchard. Throw gets Rodriguez, tried to make the play back at second. Spitz barely getting back in time. Great defensive awareness by the middle infielders to recognize they had a chance to make the play and get 2. But Spitz just falling back onto the bag.
Yeah, that was a really heads-up play by Marley Rodriguez out there on second base to try and make the throw over to get Spitz diving back, and it looked like it was a bang-bang play out there at second base.
Third basewoman Kelly Cornover, the runner in scoring position, trying to reestablish a St. John Fisher lead. Swinging 1-0, this one off the inside of the bat. Rodriguez has it for out number 2.
Blanchard just jammed her there in on the hands, not able to get the barrel of the bat to the ball, and it results in a pop out. And now you're quickly 2 outs here for the Cardinals.
Batter is Emma McLaughlin. Walked in her first at bat. Other than that, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the tournament. First pitch strike from Blanchard.
Good to see her still out there after fouling one off the face mask in her last at bat.
The 0-1 to the Cardinal DP is low.
Good job by Mason there to keep it in front of her, keep Spitz out there on second base.
One to McLaughlin. This one hit center field. Long bat flip, but Keegan is there for out number 2. Or out number 3, excuse me. Blanchard works out of the jam. Strands a runner in scoring position, keeping her team tied at 1. Gracie Hemstock, the first basewoman, leading things off in the fifth. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Western New England. It's still Cassidy Ormond in the circle. This game still tied at 1.
Yeah, and like we expected, Ormond staying out there. If you're St. John Fisher, you hope she can go the full game.
Hemstock playing close to the edge of that batter's box. Thought that pitch was too close to her, but when you're standing that close, too close means a strike. 0-1. Hemstock grounds it back to Ormond. Fields her position nicely. Toss over to first for out number 1. This will bring up Carano. Carano has taken a sad 0 for, I believe, or 1 for 2. She had the base hit back in the third, but yet to produce in the situations where they need her to. Had a couple of runners on for her. She has not brought them home as she has all season. 0-1 to Carano.
Good pitch by Ormond there. Off-speed pitch, dipping low in the zone.
Oh, 1 high. The riser not quite finding its mark. Even count 1-1. Carano's sitting on it. Does not bite. Probably should have, as it's in for strike 2. Off-speed pitch has had Carano's name written all over it, and not in the way you want. 1-2. This one hit shallow right field. Running in is Dawson. Lepresto calling off. Dawson falling to her feet. And they're saying it is an out. Lepresto holds onto the ball for the out, but lost it while tripping over her teammate. So Carano is retired. Some communication issues out in shallow right field. But things end up in favor of the Cardinals as Weston will now bat.
Yeah, we saw a similar play yesterday with the St. John Fisher second basewoman at the time, Maddie Rose. And Lepresto able to make a similar play out there in short right.
Ormond no longer needing to pitch carefully to Carano. Dials up the velocity to deliver strike 1 against Weston. Weston going down for that one. Lepresto with another opportunity to catch a fly ball. And that's how the fifth comes to an end. After a 6-pitch inning from Blanchard in the bottom of the fourth, Ormond battles back with an under 10-pitch inning herself. And things stay tied as we head to the bottom of the fifth. The 9 spot is due up to start things off for the Cardinals in the bottom of the fifth, and they'll be going to a pinch hitter. The slap hitter Dawson, after taking a tumble in right field, will be replaced by CeCe Holmes, at least for the at-bat. We'll figure out how the defense looks when this inning comes to a close. But in the meantime, it's Holmes. Holmes did pinch hit in yesterday's game, recorded a hit in that at-bat, had a 348 average entering the tournament that has just gone up since then. Blanchard out for her 5th inning of work, the 1-0. Holmes under this one. This is going right to the shortstop, Ferriolo. And there's one away. Back at the top of the order, it's Dunlin.
The center fielder, number 13, Maddie Dunlin.
Dunlin still looking for her first hit of the tournament. 0 for 6 so far.
She's had a couple of good at-bats in this game, though. Was able to work the count late against Blanchard.
Dunlin continuing to take every pitch she sees until we get to 2 strike counts. One to the Cardinals center fielder. She'll take it low, ball 2. Kane no longer tossing in the bullpen, which is either indicative of the fact that she's ready to go if her name gets called, or that Blanchard has the rest of this game. 2-1. Swinging, fouling it off the net. Count now 2-2. The wind blowing in from dead center field. Blanchard delivers, and Dunlin fouls it back.
Yeah, this is where you got to be a little bit more careful if you're Blanchard, because now the order has seen you twice, and this is the 3rd time through the order, so typically now in Major League Baseball, that's when they are yanking starting pitchers.
2-2 pitch. Dunlin under this one. Keegan settling underneath it. That's out number 2. This is the part of the lineup that has gotten the better of Blanchard so far today. LaPresto, Shackleton, not quite with a hit, but Shackleton's had a couple of hard hit balls, and then McManus behind, who has the big swing for SJF so far in game number 4. Second basewoman LaPresto under this one, fouls it back. That's hit in the press box. LaPresto making some nice defensive plays just a half inning ago. Now trying to get a 2-out rally started for her team. Out in the waiting as this game starts to near its end. The Tufts Jumbos are getting loose, stepping into the batting cage. Still yet to know who they will be facing, as this game remains as close as ever. 2-1 to LaPresto. Outside ball 3.
Blanchard now going to have to put one in the zone.
She's been pretty good at it so far today. But the later this game goes, the more crucial it is to deliver some strikes. LaPresto under this one, but it's Ferriolo who moves out to her right and makes the play behind Carano at 3rd for out number 3. We're through 5 here in Medford. The count, I did it again. The score still 1-1. And it'll be Ormond back in the circle for the Cardinals.
Batting up the sixth for the Golden Bears is the shortstop, number 20.
Ferriolo, who ended the 5th inning, will start the 6th with her bat in a tied run game, 1-1. First pitch taken from Ormond as she begins her 6th inning of work. It's good for ball 1.
Yeah, Ferriolo, the only Golden Bear to score in this game. Her speed playing a big role on the base paths.
Had a base hit in the 4th, where that 1 run the Golden Bears recorded was earned. It was a longer inning that ended with the bases loaded and being left that way. 1-1 pitch. Taking a half beat to swing, but Ferriolo fouls it back. Ormond. It's been a minute since she's gotten a strikeout. She's looking primed and ready to do so here. 1-2. No swing. Deemed a little too far outside, and the count's 2-2.
Good pitch there from Ormond, because if Ferriolo swings there, there's probably little chance that she's going to be able to make contact there.
2-2, Ferriolo's under this one, but it'll be fouled out of play. 3 Cardinals making the move on a ball that seemed like it was going to be foul off the bat. But you love to see the hustle. Ferriolo fouls this one back as well. No Cardinal going to make the move on that one, though.
That one into the yard again. Across the street.
Ormond trying to find that put-away pitch. Spit setting up inside. That one's just too far in, and a full count is worked by the Western New England shortstop. Very crucial pitch here to be issued by Cassidy Ormond. And it's inside, swung, struck 3. Said it's been a while since she's recorded a K, but can add that one to the scorebook. It's number 4.
The catcher, number 22, Madison Mason.
Let's bring up the catcher, Madison Mason.
Yeah, Madison Mason has been doing a good job behind the plate, keeping pitches in front of her. Takes a good breaking ball there for a strike from Ormond.
Been doing some great work defensively, but offensively 0 for 2 on the day. Strikeout and a ground out. Took first pitch 0-1. Mason seems to be sitting on the opposite pitches that Ormond's been dealing. That first one got an off-speed pitch that was well inside the zone, but just got froze up as she was expecting some speed. One. Mason under this one, hit sky high, and coming in is the center fielder, Dunlin. Some miscommunication, but it's the shortstop, DiMartino, who ends up bringing in the ball despite the collision in center field. DiMartino's been flashing the leather all tournament long and continues to add some highlight reel plays. A catch and the collision and holding on to the ball. Quite impressive stuff.
Solid play out there at short by DiMartino. A little bit unconventional because normally the outfielder has priority if they call that infielder off going back, because you have the visibility coming in, able to see the depth a little bit better. But luckily for the Cardinals, it results in an out.
If the game breaks the way of the Cardinals, they're going to need to have some communication about what to do on shallow fly balls. Strong throw from Cornover retires Rodriguez. And Ormond's done through 6, only allowing just that 1 run. We'll see if the Golden Bears can keep this game within reach as Blanchard returns to the circle for the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, and it's just the part of the lineup you want up if you're a St. John Fisher fan. It's Shackleton, McManus, and Spitz behind. Those last 2 have been the strongest offensive units for the Cardinals in the NCAA tournament. Shackleton still looking for a hit. Had a double yesterday, but hitless against Blanchard. 1-0 inside.
That one at the knees and just on the inside corner. Mason not quite able to frame it into the zone.
Shackleton not quite as far against the batter's box edge towards that inside part, so has a better recognition that anything that looks near her is 100% a ball. Now Blanchard's trying to work outside. 2-1. Below the knees, and it's a 3-1 count now to the Cardinal first basewoman.
Yeah, now if you're Taylor Shackleton, you've got yourself in a hitter's count. But we've seen Blanchard able to work out of these before.
Throws a solid riser that gets Shackleton swinging, and now it's another full count situation for Blanchard. And there it is. There's the glass breaking sound effect. Didn't do it on any of the foul balls that got hit across the street, but on one that's fouled back, we got the noise. Payoff pitch. Shackleton turns on this one, rips it foul.
That one just inside on the hands. Got out ahead of it, luckily for Shackleton. Otherwise, if she had been a little bit more on time, you got to think that might have resulted in some sort of weak contact up the middle.
Blanchard trying to go back to some of her best stuff. Got Shackleton to swing, put a ball momentarily in play, but Shackleton's fighting.
Yeah, it looked like she just rolled over that one a little bit on top of it, topped it foul.
Shackleton waiting, swings and fouls it back. 3 foul balls. And Shackleton's making Blanchard work for this out.
Yeah, and as you get deeper into the at-bat, the advantage starts to go towards the hitter as you've seen more pitches. And Blanchard having to use more of her arsenal.
Another turn. Third base coach doing some sharp movements over there to avoid being hit.
Shackleton might have been able to take that one for ball 4, but instead decides to swing, fouls it off again, stays alive.
Well, notably, she's not choking up on the bat. So she is trying to defend a larger zone with each swing. Just able to get a piece of that one. Blanchard's been given some good pitches, but Shackleton's been fighting even better.
Mason signaling something out to Blanchard.
Blanchard trying to go to that strikeout drop ball, not going to get the call. And after a hard-fought battle trying to get Shackleton. The Cardinal comes out on top. And the go-ahead run is now on first as McManus steps into bat.
Yeah, that was a 12-pitch at bat for Taylor Shackleton.
Looks like we're going to be getting a pinch runner for Shackleton at first. It'll be number 9, Liv Godley.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch running at first base for St. John Fisher is number 9, Liv Godley.
Godley has appeared in 16 games before this tournament. Has reached base a couple of times, but only one stolen base in her only attempt. So there's some unseen statistical speed that Godley is providing. McManus looking to bunt, and I'm confused. Rel, you seem to have similar thoughts.
That seems like an interesting strategy, given that this is the hitter that put the ball over the fence in the second inning. You'd think you'd trust Emily McManus to put the ball hard in play somewhere.
Well, after trying to make a bunt attempt, McManus pulls back and is now looking to swing. Perhaps that was just to try and make the defense think that she could lay down a bunt, bring those corner infielders in, and give a larger run to Godley on the throw. However, Godley isn't really taking much of a advance off of the bag at first. Outfielders playing as deep as possible. Blades in left field is on the warning track. Two-one to McManus. She's under this one going out deep to right field, trailing away. It's off the wall. Godley did not begin running as there was a chance that a play could have been made in right field. But Shay McDaniel could not run down that ball. The double from McManus looking like it will result in a pitching change to be made by Western New England. There are no outs and 2 in scoring position. And the Cardinals are looking to take back their lead and set up a date with the Jumbos if they're able to take the lead here and then head into the 7th. It's going to be Evelyn Pacone now entering the circle for the Golden Bears. She'll take some warm-up pitches, and we'll be right back after that. Pacone in the circle for Western New England. Maddie Nadrich pinch running for McManus out on second base, and it spits the batter.
The catcher, number 33, Barry Spitz.
Pacone, the hard-throwing lefty, has some strikeout stuff. It's been mostly used as this hybrid relief pitcher starter role, 50-50 in terms of games played, pitching versus starting pitching versus coming in relief. Pacone throwing hard, but was struggling a bit with location during her warm-up pitches and in the first at-bat pitch. Also having some difficulty locating. Spitz with a soft ground ball. A play to be made at home, but Picone spikes it. Throw down to third. She's safe too. Nadrich safe at third. The runner scores at home. Picone had a chance, but spiked the ball into the ground and could not deliver that one cleanly to Mason.
Yeah, and you see the speed of the pinch runners that St. John Fisher put in paying off there as both runners are able to successfully advance. And now they have the lead. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth.
Runners on the corners, no outs. The shortstop, DiMartino, the batter. In the previous game between Rochester and Tufts, we saw plenty of runner on the corner situations in which both teams sent that runner at first to try and get caught in a rundown and have the run from third score. Spitz, however, does not look like she has enough speed to be caught down in that situation.
Looked like DiMartino might have fouled that one off of her own foot there. Otherwise, it looked like it was a fair ball, which is why I was confused when the ump called time. But given the way that DiMartino's shuffling her feet there, I think it came off her foot.
Cardinal shortstop seems to be A-OK. The infield is mostly playing in with the exception of Ferriolo at short, who not only has to try and cover second base and third base, but also defend against a run at home. Picone with a soft toss over to first to record the first out. Spitz advances, but that runner on third in Nadrich is not moving.
Yeah, Picone able to make a better defensive play this time. Didn't need to put too much on that throw over to first in order to get DiMartino.
We're going to see another pinch runner come in now that Spitz has advanced, which begs the question of why was the pinch runner not used when Spitz was on first. Regardless, it is Hallie Lorimer who is now running at second in replace of the catcher. Kelly Cornover with two in scoring position and one out, looking to get the best of Evelyn Picone, who finds strike one.
Good pitch there, burned in on the inside corner. It's worth noting that Picone has a 1.07 ERA, the best in the conference.
Two pitches issued, two pitches deemed strikes by the home plate official. Cornover looking to be what I believe to be the 30th strikeout of Picone this season. The 0-2 comes up empty, and there it is.
Really good job by Picone, setting up two pitches on the inside corner and then staying with that inside pitch, that time off speed, and Cornoyer just swinging over it. Now there's two outs.
Emma McLaughlin will now come to bat. McLaughlin has been struggling in the tournament, but has a big opportunity now to take St. John Fisher and put them into a nice, comfortable lead and let Ormond finish up the seventh. 1-0 to the DP. She's in front of that one, grounds it foul. She's been a bit ahead of almost every pitch she swung at today. And with the change in pitchers from Blanchard to Picone, they have completely different wind-up motions, right-handed versus left-handed hitter. It's kind of interesting to see that the timing is still remaining the same from McLaughlin.
Good stop there by Mason behind the plate. And I would say, we don't have a radar gun here at JumboCast, but I would say that Picone's velocity is a bit higher than we saw from Blanchard. So it might work in McLaughlin's favor here.
2-1 bounced in the dirt. And Maddie Mason has greatly improved her defensive runs saved stat with the amount of times that she's fallen to one knee or both to prevent some runners from advancing, or in this case, scoring on balls that have not quite made it to home plate. 3-1. McLaughlin swings over that one, fouled. Now we have perhaps the most important pitch of the game, or pitches, if the count continues to remain the same, due up. Payoff pitch from Picone. High ball 4. And the bases will be loaded for Alyssa Dawson.
That's the second walk of the game from McLaughlin. Doing a good job laying off the pitches that she does not want to swing at. The slap hitter and Dawson back up at the plate for the second time this game.
Dawson with a hard hit ball to Carano. She picks it up. Throw was high, but it was a great job at first by Gracie Hemstock to make sure she did not get off the bag. And Picone, who inherits a handful of runners, only allows one of them to score. And this one is currently in favor of the St. John Fisher Cardinals, but definitely within the cause of the Golden Bears. That'll be do or die time for them in the tournament when we come back. Top of the 7th, Cassidy Ormond looking to go the distance. The 3 runners who were pinch ran for in that bottom of the 6th have all re-entered, hence the slight pause at home plate while the official updates his scorecard. And in do or die time for the Western New England Golden Bears, it'll be the right fielder Shea McDaniel trying to begin the comeback. McDaniel gets on that one. That'll be a base hit. First pitch swinging, and that tying run is on the bases with no outs. From right field to left field we go. It is now Callie Blades. Wonder how many lineups can say they have that. All 3 outfielders bat in a row. Blades looking to lay down a bunt. She puts that one off the plate and then into herself. So that'll just be strike instead. The corners all the way in. We're prepared to defend against the bunt and let McDaniel take second. Blades looking to bunt again. Puts this one high. Spitz trying to get it. She will. And the runner, I missed that part, but that's so important. McDaniel took off on the bunt thinking that the bunt was laid down on the ground. You can see Blades, after making contact, had her hands on her head because of the fact that McDaniel ran. So 2 outs recorded. And what was the tying run on the bases is now a 2-out situation where the Rally Caps need to come on, as Taylor Keegan, who's been great defensively as well as offensively today, needs to keep the season alive for Western New England.
Yeah, and that's a little bit unfortunate there. You've got the sign from your coach. You're kind of putting your head down and running because you know that a bunt's coming. And unfortunately, Blades just not able to put it down.
1-0 to Keegan. Grounder. LaPresto. Throw in time to Shackleton. And Ormond goes the distance. For the Western New England Golden Bears, they won a CC championship, but will not advance any further than the first round in the NCAA tournament. In just 30 minutes, St. John Fisher will look to set a rematch against the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets tomorrow. The winner of the game between SJF and Tufts will be a rematch against the University of Rochester. It'll be a competitive match. We'll see how things go. Western New England will be recognized for all of their success this season. And then 30 minutes following suit, we'll be right back here on JumboCast for Game 5 of the Medford Regional. Rel, any closing thoughts?
I think a really solid game by both pitchers. We saw some stellar defensive work and some offensive highlights. Emily McManus with that solo home run. But the solid play continuing into this tournament, and now St. John Fisher will have a chance to play the Jumbos to get into that crucial Game 6 tomorrow.
It's a 2-1 win for St. John Fisher Cardinals. They'll be right back on Spicer in roughly 30 minutes' time to face off against the Tufts Jumbos in a do-or-die match and a date with the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets tomorrow. I've been Jordan Burke, joined alongside by Ariel Weinstein, Andrew Howe behind the keys, Riley Daniel working the camera. Same four of us will be back for the final game of the series with the addition of David Latham. And we hope to see you guys then. Be back in about 30.
Number 13, Christina Salinas. Number 16, Riley Kane. Number 17, Evelyn Picone. Number 19, Kim Bowman. Number 20, Kaylee Blades. Number 21, Shelby Blanchard. Number 22, Madison Mason. Number 23, Alex Ferriolo. Number 24, Molly Rodriguez. Number 25, Lizzie Weston. Number 26, Ava Blanchard. Number 4, Shelby Parr. Number 14, Jillian McDonald. And the coaching staff, head coach Amanda Novak, assistant coaches Michelle Losak and Jenna Pratt. Congratulations to Western New England University on a conference championship winning NCAA tournament qualifying season. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next we have Game 5 of the NCAA Medford Mass Regional. St. John Fisher and Tufts with a spot into the regional final on the line. Again, approximately a 4:15 start.